today we're gonna be talking about why do we stay in situations that we don't want to be in, either relationships, jobs, situations with friends or other people. Why do we allow ourselves to be stuck? Why we let the situation repeat itself over and over again? Okay, we're gonna break this down and I'm gonna give you some encouragement and tips how to get yourself out step by step. First of all, there is something that you like about the situation. Even though you think that you hate it all, that there's nothing that you might potentially like, there is something that keeps you stuck. And it might be some type of comfort, some type of convenience, some type of excitement that is maybe a little twisted. There's definitely something there. So you want to be super honest with yourself and have a chat just between you and you. Sometimes it's super hard to admit, and I remember I had that with myself.
Why you like this?
Then I realized, like, yeah, there is this excitement, there is this freedom, you know. Now I'm talking about the relationship that was not really a relationship, but that was just like shitty something. And yeah, like this was giving me all those bad things that was making me kind of excited, but then it was actually very toxic pattern that I was stuck in, and I liked it. So yeah, ask yourself, because you already know the answer. What is it that you like about it? And if it's a job, it's probably safety, it's probably security, it's probably the fact that you don't have to look for another job because you have one. There will be a moment when this comfort and this repetition of the same shit over and over again becomes uncomfortable. Even comfort at some point becomes uncomfortable, and you feel like you're gonna go crazy, like bad crazy, and you feel like you just cannot deal with it any longer. It can fuel you to make finally the change. And you almost feel like you don't care anymore. Like you literally don't care anymore what's gonna happen. You are getting yourself out. And this is how I got myself out of the toxic cycle with another person I was with. That was very, very bad for me and for my health and for my life and for my future and for everything. Even though I liked something about it, I definitely liked something about it. It was the excitement. It was just like this unpredictability. You might be emotionally attached, obviously, to the person if we're talking about relationship, and you just do not want to let that go, and you may be not ready, or maybe you don't know how. That is also keeping you stuck. Or you might have emotional attachment to something else, to the thing, to even to the job that you do. If you are invested emotionally on different levels, and that goes for like different levels, and I've experienced that as well, maybe that keeps you stuck. Maybe you do not want to lose that. It brings me to my next point. You are scared to lose something, and you don't really know what it is. Like you might not have this clarity. Okay, what am I afraid to lose? Like how much is there to lose? I mean, like making that change. Yeah, I'm jumping into a known space, but in order to get something better and invite something better into my life, I have to let that go. Otherwise it's blocking me. It's gonna block you from welcoming new people into your life. It will block you from having new opportunities for your career and jobs into your life if you're still holding on to that one job. And sometimes you just have to jump, and you have to have that faith. This is what faith is. Making a jump without knowing and seeing the ground. Like without knowing anything, you just jump and you trust and you have faith. Like this is really what it takes sometimes, Obviously you can't have it a safer way, like, make a plan. You can always make a plan. You can always convince your mind that you are doing this change in the most safe and reasonable way possible. Always brings us to being okay with what the worst case scenario is. And that's another thing that I always recommend, and I always do that with myself. Write down your worst case scenario. The moment you write it down and you get familiar with it, it's not that scary. What's gonna happen? Like, what's the worst that can happen? Like, you're gonna like sleep on some other people's sofas for a little bit, you know, you're gonna, I don't know, ask your family to support you. It's the worst case scenario. What is it worth to you to actually make that change? You know, like, let go of the pride, like let go of how people perceive you, because this might be really blocking you, you know, like that you are always the person who has it all together and you don't allow yourself to make mistakes. But this is what is fucking you up on all fronts. This conviction that people see you fail and people see you trip, like who the fuck cares? Like everyone really is not actually invested in that. Like you think they are, but they're not, and who cares anyway? Like they probably still stuck in their situation, and you taking responsibility for your life and you making the change no matter how scary it is. Making a change, it involves some guts, and it involves having a supporting system, like having a good support system around you. And this is like a part of the preparation as well. In my case, I really just go for things. I don't really need to have that safety around me. However, I am very fortunate to have a very good, supportive friends and family net around me. So I'm super grateful for that. And maybe that's why I feel like I can literally do anything. Because I know if I fall and I land under the bridge, I have people who will help me. This is like probably the biggest fear in our head, like we're gonna just be homeless and, you know, we're gonna lose the safety of our livelihood. But this is not the case. That is almost, it's never the case. If you are here working on yourself, having the powerful growth mindset, you are coming to the realization that you trust yourself to figure it out. And that's another point, okay? That's bringing me to the next point, that you trust yourself to figure it out. So maybe you are stuck in a situation because you don't trust yourself. You are your own supporting system, and no matter what, you got you. No matter what, you will figure it out. It's like a circle, you know, we're like doubting ourselves and we're like, oh my god, but how I'm supposed to do this? And then I really don't see the support there. But then the moment you decide and say to yourself like, no, I'm gonna be fine. The next thing, you might have a mindset of this is the best it can get. Therefore, you stay what is familiar and what you already have, and you think that you should be grateful for what you have because other people have worse situations, and therefore you're not gonna make a change for yourself for the better. Yes, there are always people who have worse situations, but that should never block you from going after what you think you deserve. That goes for every single person out there. Like that should never stop you. You going for what you believe that you deserve is actually changing other people's lives, because it empowers them to do the same. It makes them feel uncomfortable at first, but then it gets them thinking. And no matter how they react to what you do with your life, and it might sometimes be a complete criticism and even anger at times, it might come to that person, damn, I can do it too. I got so angry and so kind of, you know, jealous that I'm not doing the same, but I can do the same. You can push another person, and then that person can push another person, and it's just like the whole net of huge change. If that thing doesn't make you happy, it's not the best you can get, clearly. So you have to believe, you have to work on your self-worth, and this is such a huge term. It's related to everything in our life. Like the way you feel about yourself is reflected in everything you do, in the jobs that you have, that you think you can have or you think you cannot have, the people you think you can engage or you can talk to or you think you cannot talk to, like the way you show up, like how confident you show up with yourself, like, you know, like showing the world how you roll, like all of that is controlled by how much value you put in yourself, how much you believe in yourself, how worthy you feel of certain things, how worthy you feel of everything. So having that mindset of it can never get better than what I have right now is completely false, and it's just a waste of your energy to think like that, because clearly you're not again, we coming back to how people perceive you. Okay, so whatever someone perceives is actually not the case how you feel about it. You know, this perception of success that is very subjective, because you define your success for yourself, because it's all about how you feel. Like everything comes down to how you feel about yourself. Like if you feel amazing, like having this certain job, having this certain function, and you feel so fulfilled, and like you're changing the world, you're changing someone's lives, and someone is looking at you like, oh my god, I could never do that, like it would make me so unfulfilled. This is fine. Do you feel the same about the other person? You know, like this is why we're so different. And this is why, just like a side note, whatever your desire is to be in life or to do in life is there for a reason, because we all have different desires, we all have different dreams, and this is a clear indication that yours are strictly yours and they're supposed to be yours, and your job is to make it happen. Like that's the only job that you have, to make it happen for yourself. And you basically run on autopilot. So you let your autopilot make decisions for you. You can change it if you want to. Like this is pretty cool. Like we are actually superhumans. Like we are pretty cool. Even though, you know, 5% of your conscious mind is telling you, I want to change it. I don't like this. I'm gonna make a change. Then there might be like a whole reasoning in your subconscious mind that is saying no, like so much resistance there. You think that this is your identity. But again, this is also very, very connected to letting go of your emotional attachment. You might have an emotional attachment with your identity that is connected to either a relationship or a job or any other situation that is engraved emotionally into you. So you have to change your identity, and you have to recognize this is not who you are. This is not who you are. It does not define you in any way. So you want to separate yourself from that and start living your new truth. Like this is not who you are. Like let me tell you, like full 100% transformation of who you feel you are is possible. Completely new identity is possible. Completely new body is possible. Completely new mind is possible. You can detach yourself from who you thought you were in the past and create a new you, which is still the same you, but transformed into your better version, more healed, more self-aware. Okay, so this is exactly what we're doing here. The reason might be you might be super disconnected from your intuition, from your body. You might feel all those red flags and all those signs that are coming at you, and that's why you feel super unhappy. Like your emotions and the way you feel are your, actually this is your guidance, but you are super disconnected with it. So you feel like you really don't trust it to follow it. You don't trust yourself, right? So it's all very connected. If you don't have self-trust, then you will remain disconnected from your intuition. But again, you can change that. You can tune in to your own voice. You just have to stop listening everything outside yourself and sit with yourself, be with yourself, you know, come back to your body. There's so many things you can do with your body. Move your body, feel your body, okay? And completely tuning into your heart and intuition. Like your heart is the source of your intuition, and it tells you everything you have to know.
And I know it sounds crazy, but
it's true. Like there's so many energetical signs we get, so many signs that we get in the body, physical signs, you know, when there's a pain in your body, that it comes from somewhere. It comes from the source of your either emotional pain or mental pain, or something that's happening behind the surface that you might not be aware of. So you really want to connect to your intuition, connect to your body, like see yourself as a holistic system that needs to cooperate together. And once you get that in check, you can change anything you want, okay? So this is super important. If you are maybe scared of losing something, either a person or reputation or the way people perceive you. Be super honest with yourself. What you are scared of losing. You come up with stories and you attach to it and you think this is definitely gonna happen, and yeah, 90% of our fears never happen anyway. So, and even if it does happen, most often we realize that did not do anything to me. Like, you come back stronger, right? Whatever setback you have, you come back stronger because you learn from it, you've experienced it, you're not that scared anymore, and you come back stronger, and you recognize that it builds you up. It builds you up. Okay, don't wait till your light blows up in your face. Okay, make a change now, because the longer you wait, the more tension you create, and things usually blow up. You don't have to wait for it. You don't have to wait for so much pain going through your body in order to change. You can make a move right now just from knowing, just from learning from other people, you know, having that awareness from other people. Like, it's so needed and it's life-changing. And this is how I got my self-realizations as well, like just from people giving me some small nudges and help me realize, help me get more self-awareness and recognize my gaps in my mind that I was totally unaware of. I was totally blind. And yeah, it's really, everything starts from self-awareness. Like, this is how you create the change. This is where your change starts. You know, accept yourself, but also look at yourself like you are not perfect. Like, no one is perfect, and you accept yourself as you are. At the same time, you choose to work on yourself to be a better version of yourself, because you know you're not perfect and you know you still make the mistakes and you learn from it. So it's like a never-ending school of life that you're in. And you are okay with it. Actually, you are super grateful for it, right? Like, it's education above everything. I'm talking about education of life. Like, we always learn, always. That never ends. And yeah, I hope this video inspires you and empowers you to make a change and start from asking yourself questions. If you are a single woman and you really want that profound transformation with your mind, body, soul, like tune into your intuition more and make a change in your life, in your singlehood, you know, or with your jobs, just to make yourself feel more fulfilled, find your purpose, I have an amazing program just for you that I put all the elements that changed my life, that involves working on your mind, working on your body, working on your soul expression, and tuning into your intuitive heart more and more. That will allow you to get clear on your past, find your purpose, let go of your past, let go of any toxicity, heal from the past, learn from the past, accept yourself, and really level up energetically. It will change your life. So if you are interested in that, you can book a chat with me to see if this is exactly what you want, and I will talk to you there. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.